Forward to that, 9 minutes to 8 o'clock now, and Connor's back with business.
Thanks, Fran. Shares in the Irish-based aircraft leasing company Avalon are expected to begin trading on the New York Stock Exchange later today after an initial public offering which values the company at $1.6 billion. Avalon set a price of $20 a share in the IPO, below the expected range of between $21 and $23. A planning application has been submitted to Dublin City Council for a large development expected to be valued at up to €450 million on the South Docks in Dublin. Los Angeles-based Oaktree Capital, Bennett Construction and NAMA are behind the mixed residential and commercial development at Hanover Quay and Sir John Rogerson's Quay. Roland O'Connell is chairman of Savills Ireland, the letting agent for the project. Roland, looking at what's planned here, or what's anticipated, 158 apartments, an office space for up to almost 2,500 workers. Is that balance about right, do you think, in terms of what the area will bear?
I think it is. It's a very good balance, and it's a balance determined by the Special Development Zone Master Plan. And so the intention behind that plan has been to get a nice mix of residential, commercial and indeed retail and social spaces within the overall South Docks area. And these two developments really add to that mix very nicely.
It's 158 apartments though, but the office space for 2,500 workers, is that the commercial reality, that despite what we've seen in terms of the lack of supply of residents, the money is commercial?
Well, it isn't, in that the master plan determines that there's a 60-40 split on some sites, a 50-50 split on other sites, and a 60-40 split the other way on other sites. And so we have to adhere to that. We don't have any freedom to stray beyond that, so it's determined by the master plan. The great news is, though, that this is badly needed by Dublin City and by the economy as a whole, both in terms of the construction jobs, more importantly, as you say, for working locations for the businesses that are thriving and indeed who want to be in that area.
Because you'll get a lot of approaches, I imagine, from overseas multinationals looking at perhaps investing in Ireland. It's a question, and it's something that the IDA have raised recently, about the perceived lack, or at least perhaps the expected lack in the future, of large-scale headquarters-type buildings.
And that lack is upon us now, and one of the issues with construction is that you can't just turn the tap and have a finished building. To start and then complete a new office building takes about 18 months. But of course, before that, you have the whole planning process, the design and whatever. So it really takes 3 years. We now, once we receive planning permission, can have a new office building on these sites within 18 months. So it's very, very badly needed. Over the next 18 months, there's going to be a severe undersupply of office space, and developments like this will meet the needs of those companies, because you want them to expand in Ireland or locate in Ireland. You don't want them driven abroad by the lack of accommodation.
Looking at the three names involved in this project is interesting. I think the largest funder, Oaktree Capital, although the information not publicly available at this point, I don't expect you to comment on that. NAMA, the minority shareholder, and Bennett Construction in there too. But you're seeing overseas money in the shape of Oaktree, and you're seeing NAMA. It seems to be quite difficult for Irish builders to get in on the act here. There does seem to be both a finance problem and a problem in terms of the availability of suitably qualified and not massively indebted builders.
Well, there is an issue with that, but here we have the perfect triangle in that we have NAMA, Bennett, a local construction company with local experience, and of course Oaktree Capital in there as well. So it's a perfect combination of people coming together. And I think going forward, we are going to see increased numbers of local knowledge combining with capital from abroad, and indeed capital from Ireland through the auspices of NAMA. So this is likely to be the case going forward.
Roland O'Connell, thank you. The euro trading this morning at $1 23.9 cents and 78.8 pence sterling.
Connor, thank you. It's 5 to 8. It's another cold start to the morning. Let's see what the weather has in store for the weekend. Joan Blackburn is at Met